Hey everyone! Hey everyone! Welcome to the channel, and today I am reacting to film theory. They lied to you about food comas. About food comas. Oh my gosh! They lied to me about being galactus and eating everything in sight, and then falling asleep for the next month or something. I'm not sure. Well, guys, if you're gonna like this video, drop a like and subscribe down below in the comment section. Com in the comment section, guys, and also check out the film theorist videos. All of the theorist channels' videos are super great, and I think of making a series of reaction channels throughout the years, and throughout the years. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And also, guys, before I say, since this is I feel like since this is a food based channel and a food based video, I should say this. I think it would be smart if I say this. Everyone watching, disclaimer. This is not a flashy disclaimer. This is a verbal disclaimer. Disclaimer, everyone watching this, turn up your volume now. And turn up your volume now so you hear what I'm saying. Disclaimer, whatever is said in this video about science, about food, about what happens when you get into a food coma, do not take it literally, everyone. Disclaimer, do not trust what's happening in this video. Everyone, most people who watch YouTube, they think that it's automatically real, like when we were all little kids. Am I right? Or am I right? When we were kids, this so guys, if they say anything here in this video about food, about food comas, about science, about the 10 cycles of food or whatever they're saying related to medical, that's medical advice worthy, do not take it seriously. You must Google it before. Before believing it. If it's wrong, then don't believe it. If it's right, then believe it. Okay. You must find the actual information to see if it is good. Now, with that out of the way, let's start. Also, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and set your notifications to all, so you don't, just to make sure you don't miss a video from me.
Give it to me straight, Doc. Is he gonna make it?
I'm afraid that double-stuffed burrito hit him pretty hard. We did everything we could, but he's in a coma.
Is it treatable?
Oh, totally. He's gonna power nap and wake up hungry again. Carbs, you know. Why are you looking at me like that? We did everything we could, but he's in a coma.
Is it treatable?
Oh, totally. He's gonna power nap and wake up hungry again. Carbs, you know. Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, sure. She's definitely not gonna kick you into the dirt, bro. Let me just say this: you're finished, you're cooked, you're done. You must run. If a woman is mad, then either stand your ground or just accept your fate. Because when a woman is mad, you're dead. You're cooked. You're done. You're finished. You're cooked. You're done. You're finished. You're dead. You're done. You just accept your fate. It's either you accept your fate, or you run, or you stand your ground.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the show that eats and thinks more than it probably should. Loyal theorists, I know it might seem like my job is just
Fatality.
just to sit in front of a screen for a few hours every day, play some video games, make some dad jokes on Twitter, and call it a day, but actually, yeah, it's kind of true some days. But then there are other days when I'm running around and working on so many projects that I don't even have time to eat. So by the time the workday's over, I am ravenous, leading me to suck down food like a hungry Kirby from Planet Popstar. And for any of you who, like me, enjoy a good old-fashioned one of everything from the Wendy's Super Value menu, you know that it's about T-minus 10 minutes to a hard crash after that one. That's right, today we are talking about how to beat the food coma, the post-lunch nap syndrome. And perhaps no food coma is quite as iconic as the post-Thanksgiving dinner nap.
Yeah, guys, don't worry. My back hurts a bit. My back hurts a bit. My back hurts a bit. Okay, don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry. Guys, don't worry about what I'm doing right now. I'm just laying a bit. My back hurts a bit.
Growing up, I was always told that the reason we get so incurably sleepy after our 4 plates of roast turkey on Thanksgiving is that it's high in a chemical called tryptophan. And tryptophan makes you sleepy. Pretty straightforward, right? Well, there's one teensy tiny problem there. It's not true. For one thing, turkey isn't as high in tryptophan.
I've been... So cartoons told me lies? Because you see here, where I live, we don't exactly have Thanksgiving here where I live. I'm not saying where I live, because, nah, not wanting to, don't wanna. But tryptophan? What's tryptophan? The chemical that makes you sleepy? Someone gave me a textbook, and nah.
Tryptophan is other foods like pumpkin seeds, soybeans, and mozzarella cheese, none of which get blamed for food comas during the holidays or at any other time, really. And second, while tryptophan does promote the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that is one of the keys to sleep, it does that most effectively when your stomach's empty, and the tryptophan doesn't have to compete with a lot of other stuff in your system. So thanks a lot there.
But what if I wanted to compete? Let's see how strong tryptophan is when going against a Big Mac. Yes, guys, I am confirming. Sometimes I can be a Big Mac, guys. Leave me alone. I like my food. Y'all like your food? I like my food. Leave me alone.
Elementary school, I'll add turkey makes you sleepy to the countless other lies that you told me. Pluto is a planet. You won't always have a calculator in your pocket. After 3rd grade, everyone will expect you to use cursive.
Wow. I don't even remember how to write because what do you mean?
Seriously, if tryptophan isn't the big bad wolf behind food comas, what can we trust from elementary school? Was it all a lie? Is mitochondria even the powerhouse of the cell anymore? Folks, today food theory is digging into the body chemistry behind the good old post-pizza pass-out. Because if we can understand why food comas actually occur, then we can optimize our eating habits in order to avoid them. So loosen up those belts a notch or two, theorists, because today we're binging on the science of food comas. If we want to defeat the mighty food coma, which is known to the nerdiest of nerds as postprandial somnolence, we first have to understand why it occurs. And
Google what that means. Postprandial somnolence. Postprandial somnolence. Black. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Someone Google that. Google what it means, Google what it's for, Google whatever it is.
That means going into the chemistry of our digestive system and how it affects the brain. When food hits our stomachs, the body responds by producing a cocktail of chemicals and hormones that tell the rest of our body how to react. One of those types of hormones, known as enterogastrone, tells the body how to regulate blood flow. And so when a big brick of fatty, sugary, or protein-heavy food hits us in the gut, more blood is diverted from other tissues and sent to the stomach to deal with sorting nutrients and aiding digestion.
That block of sweets looked like a Minecraft block. Like, you guys know how a Minecraft block looks like, right? Like the cube like thing for like blocks of grass and stuff. If there was a Minecraft block related to candy, that would be it. That would have
Ultimate
been
result
it.
of enterogastrone production is sleepiness. See, when our stomachs break down food, one of the main substances that our bodies use is glucose, the simple sugar. As glucose hits the bloodstream, we see two major effects. One, the body releases insulin, which tells the body where to store the sugar that we just produced from the food we ate. And two, while insulin helps our bodies process a number of the amino acids that it got from the food that we've eaten, one amino acid that it doesn't regulate is that old pal tryptophan. With a higher concentration than normal of tryptophan in the bloodstream, more of it can get through the blood-brain barrier and cause our brains to produce serotonin, which is then converted to the hormone melatonin. So while tryptophan is indeed a link in this chain of events, it really shouldn't be the one receiving top billing for making us sleepy after meals. I mean, let's give credit where credit's due. It's enterogastrone that gets the whole snooze fest started, and it's melatonin that ultimately
Disney Pixar's Interrogastrone. Interrogastrone. If there's actually a movie called that, I'm leaving.
ultimately does the dirty work. See, melatonin is the #1 chemical in our brains that regulates sleep, and you can even take it as a supplement if you say you can't fall asleep because you fell down a Wikipedia rabbit hole and before you know it, it's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake and you suddenly know a lot more about the Emu Wars when Australia unsuccessfully dispatched its military to reduce the population growth of wild emus. This is all highly hypothetical.
The military! The military! Nah, nope. Don't care what anybody says. Australian, y'all weak. I'm saying it cold-heartedly. Y'all weak. If you're saying you need military to deal with birds, humongous birds, just to deal with birds, bruh. If it was a dinosaur, it would make sense. But an emu is just a bird. It's just a bird, bruh. Why do you need guns? You don't need guns. You need your own 2 bare hands. You just need 1 hand and a neck to choke it. Yes, choker. Okay, anyway.
Of course, the situation that is not the Emu Wars, that is a thing that totally happened, where Australia's army got dunked on by a bunch of giant birds. Anyway, this all tells us why
Even Mappa gets it.
Eating in general can make us sleepy, but of course there's a bit more to it than that. My personal experience, it's not like food comas strike after every single meal or snack, and that's because the amount of food consumed isn't the only factor here. The glycemic index of that food is also key. The glycemic index of a food...
And guys, here is a mini theory. The glycemic index is the American version of the food wheel. You know, like your food for South African mates and American mates in your natural science classes my South African mates and your just physics and science classes for my American mates watching this. Those who are watching this, I think like the glycemic index, you see like in the red area. You see in the red area. Wait, let me move the camera. Yeah, you see in the green area, it shows. I think it's vitamins and minerals in the green area. I think it's vitamins in the green area, minerals in like the orange area, and fats and oils in the red area. So basically, from the regular color. For the regular food pyramid, food circle that we have for NS class and physics class, they are missing 2 groups of food: the carbohydrates and the what? And the protein. The carbohydrates and proteins. They only have vitamins, minerals, and fats and oils here.
Refers to how quickly and easily the more food eaten with a high glycemic index, the more insulin produced, which, as we just discussed, results in more melatonin production. So what kinds of foods have a high glycemic index? results in more melatonin production. So what kinds of foods have a high glycemic index? Not your Thanksgiving turkey. Foods that are low in fiber, fat, and protein, but high in carbohydrates tend to have the highest glycemic index. So things like white bread, potatoes, and pasta are some of the biggest contributors to the food coma. So while it may be true that a turkey dinner is going to make us sleepy and lethargic, it's probably the starchy and sugary side dishes, not the turkey, that are actually causing our blood sugar to spike, which then kickstarts the whole food coma process. So does that mean the answer to the food coma is to go all paleo diet and just ignore all the carbs? Well, yeah, that would certainly reduce the effect of the food coma, since things that are slower to digest don't cause such dramatic spikes in glucose slash insulin slash all the things that come with it. However, a food coma-free carb experience is still possible if those carbohydrates are balanced out with plenty of protein, fat, and fiber to make your body digest things a bit more slowly. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I'm not interested in doing a well-balanced meal. I'm in one of those hungry Kirby moods, and all I want is to eat a pile of mashed potatoes the size of a baby and not get groggy. Is there any other way that I can
Go back.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I'm not interested in doing a well-balanced meal. I'm in one of those hungry Kirby moods, and all I want is to eat a pile of mashed potatoes the size of a baby and not get groggy. Is there any other way that I can hack my body into avoiding the food coma? Like, say, caffeine. Because we all know that I have a borderline inappropriate relationship with Diet Coke. Well,
Yep, guys, if you know. If you know MadPat, then you know. All I have to say is, you know. I want to see if y'all pass the vibe check. Y'all pass the vibe check. If you guys know how much MadPat loves coffee, not coffee, Diet Coke, bruh, then just leave a comment. Please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment how much. If you leave an infinite symbol, then you might be right. You might be. I don't know. You'll need to comment it in order for me to answer.
short answer is yes. Caffeine could potentially counteract the effects of a food coma. It just needs to be timed.
Yeah, guys, sorry about how I look right now. I am just bored. Like after I'm done recording, I have to do editing and check if I need to edit stuff and it's just boring, yeah, bruh. Kinda wish I could be making Minecraft videos. Right now, I'm the imposter who got
Right. See, caffeine messes with some of the chemistry in our brains, particularly a molecule that's instrumental in causing sleepiness called adenosine. If you remember your AP biology, adenosine is...
what is adenosine? People who think I am dumb, then let me just go like, wapa! I am not dumb, child. I just don't know what the hell this is. What on earth is adenosine? Adenosine.
is a chemical that provides us with energy. And if my memory serves, a lot of adenosine triphosphate is produced by the electron transport chain. I gotta admit, I have no idea what any of that means now without me looking it up and refreshing myself on the information. Because go figure, it turns out that not just elementary school makes us focus on things that we will absolutely never need to know later on in life. But I digress. Now, this gets a little technical, but adenosine fits into both A1 and A2A receptors in our brains. A1 receptors are associated with sleepiness.
Guys, I repeat from the beginning of the video. I repeat, whatever advice is being given, whatever information is being told, do not trust it right away. Do research on it.
And A2A receptors are associated with preventing the release of dopamine, the neurotransmitter we associate with feelings of pleasure that generally make us feel pretty awesome possum. The reason caffeine helps us stay alert and feel good is that it has a similar molecular shape to adenosine and can fit into those receptors, therefore preventing the adenosine from getting into the receptors and making us drowsy. So if you drink some Starbucks with your loaf of Wonder Bread, will that keep you from getting sleepy? Maybe a bit. But when your body is working to digest all the food that you just binged, there's a lot of competition going on down in your small intestine for what to absorb and what chemicals for the brain to produce. This is the kind of thing that's hard to study scientifically, since feelings of alertness and drowsiness are all subjective and rely on the feedback.
Guys, how many burgers? How do you guys feel after eating 10 burgers? Will you feel alert or will you feel chew, chew? Okay, to be for example, do you feel like oh, I feel like I can go on for hours, or do you just feel like what up? I'm so sleepy. Lock your comment in the comments down below. Lock in your answers. Lock in your answers down below.
Of a test subject, but to get the most bang for your caffeinated buck, you'd likely need to consume your caffeine before you go on your food binge to make sure that the caffeine has settled solidly into your A1 receptors before your brain cells call in the adenosine. Of course, that would also require you to know well ahead of time that you're going to eat half your body weight in pasta, and in my experience, that tends to be an action taken out of impulse. So it's not like we're always going to be able to stop and say to ourselves, you know what, I'm going to go on an embarrassingly massive food rampage in a few hours, gotta get that caffeine fix first. So long story short, if you want to avoid food comas, it's not tryptophan that you have to worry about. Instead, focus on eating balanced meals and limiting foods with high glycemic index. And you might have some luck preventing a food coma with a caffeine boost as long as you do it first before you feast. Oh, and don't forget to drop the term postprandial somnolence to your friends. Sure, you're gonna sound super pretentious, but more importantly, you're gonna be super right. After all, it's not like you could ever eat in such a way to put yourself into an actual coma, right? Well, this is the last point of clarification that I want to make before we leave today. A literal food coma is technically possible, particularly for people who are diabetic. See, diabetes interferes with the body's ability to process.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but what is diabetes? Like, someone give me a textbook. Someone give me a textbook definition of what diabetes is and what is the difference between diabetes and diabetes. What is the definition? What is the difference between diabetes and obesity? What's the difference? Like, someone tell me, what's the difference?
Insulin properly. And as we discussed from earlier this video, insulin has a pretty major part to play in how our bodies react to the food that we eat. When insulin is unable to direct the glucose we produce into the body's tissues, that glucose remains in the blood. And if the levels of glucose in a person's blood get very high, and I do mean very, very high, because this is by no means a common occurrence, they can suffer from hyperglycemic hyperosmolar syndrome, or HHS. This is an extreme condition that requires astronomically high blood sugar coupled with dehydration, and it almost always comes along with
like salt. Like salt, guys. If you know that salt, salt dehydrates you. And again, I say whatever information that I'm giving, or MadPad is giving, do not trust it. Go and Google what I'm saying. But what I've heard is that salt dehydrates you. Is that true? People, please Google it. Guys, please Google it. I'm gonna Google it. I'll Google it a bit later. I'll Google it. I will Google it. I will do it.
another medical reason for the person being dehydrated already, but enough food with a high enough glycemic index could contribute to HHS, which results in diabetic coma between 25 and 50% of the time. I'm not trying to make light of how serious diabetes is for anyone who suffers with it, because it is a serious medical condition that affects millions, but the fact remains that this is the extremely rare case when food could literally put you into an actual coma. For most people though, the non-life-threatening version of the food coma can be avoided if you just make sure you don't load up on the simple carbohydrates. Of course, that's easier said than done. Am I right, Oprah?
I love bread.
But hey!
I love bread too. But brown bread. I love brown bread. I love brown bread.
That's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. Thanks for chowing down on this episode, theorists. Now who's up for seconds? If you made it all the way to the end card, you're obviously a discerning theorist who appreciates our biology-focused episodes, so you should check out our video on aphrodisiacs. Are there foods that are scientifically proven to make you fall in love? Or are love potions just a myth? Never fear, because...
Okay, everyone. If you like that video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you think and comment down below what videos I should react to next. With the and also if this video gets to 563 likes, 563 likes, then I'll make a reaction video of the aphrodisiacs for video for the film theorists. With all of that covered, I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara, my chaotic crew.